Here we presents the top 5 best cheap soundbars. Starting at number 5, Sony HT-G700. Sony has been using this kind of electricity for a while, most recently with 360 reality audio on the Amazon Echo Studio, and the HT-G700 demonstrates the company's deep know-how. This soundbar won't give you pinpoint accuracy like a true Atmos rig, but it's great at generating a sense of space that fills your room. The problem for Sony, however, is the existence of capable Atmos speakers such as the Vizio SB36512F6, which cost the same, or even less, while managing to include actual hide and rear speakers. If you don't want a living room full of speakers, however, the G700 is easy to set up and sounds great. I only wish the feature count was a little more generous for the price. Nonetheless, it manages to outdo competing $700 plus all-in-one models like the Sonos Arc and the Bose Soundbar 700 in one important respect: the addition of the wireless sub. Sony says the sub is larger than the one on the model it replaces, the X9000F. It's the size of a large briefcase and comes with a front-firing port to help placement against a wall. The soundbar itself is a gray slab which is roughly 39 inches wide and 2 5/8 inches high. It offers top-mounted controls including input selection and volume. It also comes with a blue LED display at the front of the unit. Inputs include an HDMI in, a separate HDMI ARC output, digital optical, Bluetooth and USB. Unlike the Sonos Arc, the separate HDMI in gives you more flexibility in the devices you can use. For example, you won't need a new TV in order to hear Dolby Atmos streams from a 4K Blu-ray. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. At number 4, Sony HTS350. The pricing for soundbars varies so greatly, it's hard to know where to dive in. Recently we reviewed the Bowers & Wilkins Formation Bar, which lacks a subwoofer at its base price of over $1,000. The Sony HTS350, on the other hand, features a bar and a wireless subwoofer for just $279.99. So it's only natural to wonder whether a 2-1 system this affordable is going to be any good. The good news is that it is indeed possible to get quality soundbar audio with a subwoofer for a relatively low price. It may not be audiophile grade, but the HTS350 is a powerhouse with variable sound modes and subwoofer levels. It packs a lot of thunder and is an excellent value for the price, earning our editor's choice. Also beneath the grille, front-firing drivers deliver the audio, combining with the wireless subwoofer for an output of 320 watts. The subwoofer measures roughly 2 by 15, 3 by 7, 5 inches, is shaped somewhat like a PC tower, and houses a 6.3-inch driver. You get an oblong, 6.2-inch, black remote, which has buttons along the top section for power, TV and Bluetooth source, and a number of sound modes including auto, cinema, music, night, and voice. The middle section houses a plus-minus volume control, and below that are buttons for the subwoofer volume, mute, audio, secure link, indicators, and modes for game, news, sports, and standard. The remote runs off of 2 included AAA batteries. For a 2-1 soundbar system at this price, the Sony HTS350 is a steal. The various audio modes and subwoofer levels allow for plenty of fine-tuning, but things already sound pretty great to begin. In this price range, we're also fans of the JBL Bar 3.1, the Polk Audio Signo S1, and the Sonos Beam. But for $280, it's hard to find a better sounding, more powerful 2-1 soundbar setup than the Sony HTS350. Halfway of my listed number 3, Razer Leviathan. Razer has had some success in the gaming audio space, but it's mostly been with headsets. Home theater sound systems are another matter entirely. The Leviathan is Razer's first soundbar, and it's not like many soundbars we've tested. It's downright tiny, small enough to work under your monitor as well as your HD TV, and it includes a wired subwoofer and Bluetooth connectivity. Its $199.99 price tag is very appealing, when most subwoofer-equipped home theater soundbars are a lot pricier, and it offers solid, though not perfect, performance. Unfortunately, it lacks any remote control, which makes it far better suited as a computer speaker replacement than a soundbar for your HD TV. The body of the soundbar is matte black plastic, tapering down toward the back panel. A recess on the bottom edge of the panel holds optical and 3 5mm audio inputs, a power connector, and a port for connecting the included subwoofer. The Leviathan comes with 2 sets of feet, one flat and one angled, that let it sit at 0, 15, or 18-degree angles depending on its use. You can also use the holes on the back of the soundbar to mount it on a wall. The subwoofer is similarly small and matte black. It looks a bit like a giant keyboard key, with round corners and tapering toward the top, where another Razer logo sits. It sadly isn't wireless like many subwoofers included with soundbars, but it requires only one cable, which connects to the soundbar. It doesn't need its own power outlet. The subwoofer features a 30-watt, 25-inch downward-firing driver. The Razer Leviathan puts out large sound for such a small speaker system, but its lack of a remote makes it better suited for your desk than your home theater. For more information and price, check out the product links in description. Coming in at number 2. ZVOX SB500. The ZVOX SB500 is well designed and offers good all-around performance. If you have a large TV stand that can accommodate a 43 soundbar, and you can find it on sale, it is definitely a worthwhile purchase. Where the ZVOX fell slightly short of the top scorers was its dynamic range and overall clarity. We found its dynamic range to be just a bit narrower than what the Bose and Sonos could produce. It was also not quite as clear as those top models. The overall sound was still quite good, but it lacked that crystal clarity that really put the top models in a league of their own. In its Aqua voice mode, vocals and voices sound perfectly clear, but this tends to drown out instruments when playing music. The ZVOX was one of the top scorers in our ease of use testing, falling behind only the Yamaha Yaz 108 with a score of 8 out of 10. It has a nice large remote for scrolling through the various sound settings it offers. There are also basic controls on the soundbar itself in case you misplace the remote. We found the setup to be very straightforward, requiring less than 5 minutes of effort before we were enjoying big sound from our testing TV. The only thing the ZVOX lacks is a compatible app. This won't be a big deal for most users, but there is something to be said for being able to just grab your phone out of your pocket if you want to adjust a certain setting. The ZVOX is the king of sound customization, earning a top score of 9 out of 10 in our testing. It allows users to make general adjustments and offers a plethora of different sound modes for different uses. And number 1. Nakamichi Shockwafe Pro 7. 1. Thanks in part to the slim profiles of today's big screen televisions, it's incredibly difficult to get decent sound out of their built-in speakers. While most TV speakers try to simulate surround sound, there's only so much they can do, particularly without the type of bass-heavy punch only a discrete subwoofer can provide. Adding a separate surround sound system can prove transformative, helping to elevate sound quality to the same high dynamic range as the best 4K TV picture quality. Although even the least expensive, single soundbar solutions will usually give better audio quality than a TV's built-in speakers, if you want a true theater-like experience, you still need a solution with discrete front and rear speakers and a standalone subwoofer. While these setups cost more, the difference in sound quality can be extraordinary. We tested the Nakamichi Shockwafe Pro to see if it meets the needs of home theater enthusiasts who want a versatile, transformative audio experience at a competitive price point. The Shockwafe Pro features bold styling that should still complement most room decor, particularly if you already have a large TV or projection screen of 55 or greater. Ideally, you'll want at least 9 feet of distance between your seating position and the center soundbar, although as with all recommendations in regards to distance and placement, you'll likely still get good results in tighter quarters. I have included these product link in the description. You can check out this link for more information and latest price. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit the like button, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe.